The most badass professional wrestler in the world. See, here's my problem. It's hard, as much as I do like Joey Janela, it's hard to now look at that and buy into, he's the most badass professional wrestler, but yet he backed away and didn't fight Enzo after egging Enzo on. You see where I'm coming from? Like I said, I don't dislike either guy. So, but I'm just looking at it, as a realist and looking at what I see, and it doesn't look good for Janela. What's going on, guys? I'm Bomber from Java Radio, and wow, we got Enzo, just nZo, in case somehow you didn't know or Enzo Amore fell off to you, and he's back now again. This is the next step, I guess, in him trying to be relevant, building his name up since the Ring of Honor New Japan fiasco. Now, he apparently went to a Blink-182 concert where we also had Joey Janela. And they apparently had a little skirmish. I don't know. Apparently, in the video that has been circulating that Enzo has posted, apparently his friend started recording. No punches were thrown. Apparently, Joey Janela backed up a little bit. Enzo kind of like pushed up forward and Joey just backed up. And everybody walked around like, what the fuck's going on? It looks like, by the way, they're at a fair or something like that. But it's a Blink-182 concert, which is funny in its own self. Not a Blink-182 fan myself, but, regardless, let's, okay, so, the question is out there, who would have won in a fight? Now, I know the first question is when you probably saw the thumbnail or you see the title, you're probably like, I don't care. Who cares? Nobody cares about who would win in a real fight. But hey, I don't know. For me, it's fun to talk about. So who would win in a real fight? Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's look into it a little more before we decide that. So this tweet right here I thought was hilarious. I'm glad you introduced yourself because I couldn't pick you out of a lineup. You don't want no smoke. Sorry, I'm just going to read these like the straight voice. So, and now I know it. There's only two things that smell like fish. One's fish, Janela baby, straight pussy. Okay. So there you go. Now I am going in full disclosure. I don't hate Enzo Amore Enzo like a lot of other people do. I got a lot of entertainment out of Enzo when he was in the WWE. I thought he was going to be a big superstar. I thought he was just not, say what you want about his in-ring stuff. He's a larger than life character, even though he's not very large himself. He is in your face. He's abrasive. He's always being noticed. And no matter what you say about any of this stuff, he is doing a great job keeping relevancy, keeping his name out there, especially in the wrestling world. He knows how to do this stuff. People can get mad and hate him and he's a dick and say anything you want, but the dude is smart. Does that mean that what he did wasn't stupid? Of course not. So far, pretty much everything that he's done has been, borderline stupid or like just dumb. But he's been trending. He's got trending and he's doing it again. And this isn't going to be the last time. Like even this tweet right here, right before that, Carl Anderson said, Newark, New Jersey, the boys are here. WWE Raw, AJ Styles, and then Enzo ... Like sorry, look at that. God, if I can click it. There it is. The disguise. See, that stuff is, to me, hilarious. I think Enzo is very entertaining, and I'm sorry if you disagree with that. That's okay if you do. That's fine. There's a lot of stuff that you probably like that I disagree with. That's perfectly fine. Now, I also am a fan of Joey Janela's. I think he's had, I'm not going to say Twitter beef with me before, but me and him have gone back and forth with stuff before. And that is literally what he does and if you read these tweets, you'll see that's what he's about. So let's get into some of his tweets here. This one right here. I wasn't scared. I was absolutely bombed. LOL. Before the footage you see, we had a little scuffle. Glass is already on the ground. He punched me in the face. See, that one I didn't see that. See, I didn't know that actually a punch was thrown. So that's a little more interesting there. I held my finger in his face. Then my friend told me his boy was filming, so I was hesitant to continue. Now, in my opinion, very smart. This is where Joey Janela was being smart. He was dumb, he was drunk and, looking to cause trouble. And him and Enzo have had trouble before on Twitter, like throwing some shade at each other. So it's not like they didn't know who one another were come before this. So, again, he said, I started the whole thing So Joey Janela just admits it right here. I started the whole thing. Jokingly all night I was saying I was going to find Enzo and fight him. I like how he spelled his old name. And fight him to get a TMZ story. Jesus Christ, what a world this wrestling industry and business has turned into. Like back in the day, I saw some tweets where people were talking about it, and I agree with them so much. Like back in the day, these guys would go out there and beat the shit out of each other, and if they had a beef, they would beat the shit out of each other, and then they would, you know, they would see who's more man. And now it's one guy's getting drunk and he wants to start a fight to get on TMZ. The wrestling has become like so much more of a joke. It's crazy. It used to be something, you know, I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, let me continue. As we were leaving, he was 3 steps ahead of me, and I said, "Hey, I'm Joey Janela. Want to fight?" Not really in a polite way to introduce yourself after the Twitter annex. Yes, because they got into a lot of Twitter stuff before. Then Janela, oh look, God, Enzo could never. And then this is the GCW. Zandig, I didn't know it was going to take this long. Zandig comes off. Oh, him and Joey Janela die. Okay, so with that said, I'm still the fucking god. Interesting. And then this is the tweet that really has me like, what? Come on, man. Real one. If you ever want to get the claw at, I don't know what this is. I don't know. I saw Enzo mention this earlier. I'm sorry. I do not know what that is. Sorry. And squash everything. Let me know, guys. See, that's a dumb one because you could have squashed it before. See, this is more of the egging on and the teasing and stuff like that, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here with that one. So Enzo came out and said, "Where was the energy at? We ain't friends, Janela baby. Don't introduce yourself to me, fuckboy. I thought you were a fan. Ha ha ha. A second, I realized it was you. I slapped your bitch ass hands down and walked at you with my hands up. You fucking ran backwards and told my homie to film it. Soft AF." Sorry, I can tell this video is going to be flagged for not monetized content. Thanks for bringing credibility to the biz. Enzo throws out clout chasing. I've seen a lot of stuff. I guess clout is a trending thing lately. I'm not the biggest in, you know, the current trends, but I've seen a lot of people using the word clout lately. Clout chasing in public ultimately look like a pussy. Must feel terrible. You're not good. You're not a good human. People are out here to enjoy the night, and you cause a scene and run while I'm engaging with friends and fans. Your mother should be proud. So first of all, I am surprised that Enzo didn't start this. Earlier, I was just talking about how Enzo's smart and getting out there and stuff, which is what he's doing now. But I guess he didn't start it. I don't know. Oh, it's a whole thing. Kid, you know wrestling's fake, right? See, this is where I'm like, Jesus. All the Moors did Punk wonders when he stepped into the octagon. See, now he's taking shots at Punk, CM Punk. People who will do anything for attention will step on thumbtacks to get a reaction, and all I gotta do is show up. So here's the video. Let's watch it.
I'll whoop his ass, boy. I'll whoop your drunk ass, boy. Pussy boy, I ain't. You want back up, boy.
He's got the fanny pack on too.
Get your guy. Get your guy, dude. Get your guy. He's good. Get your guy. He's good. Come on. Get his guy. Yeah.
So, okay. Well, there you have it. Not a safe environment for a fight, needless to say. I didn't start the fight, and I was smart enough not to have one with a drunken fool / vagina. Shout out to Angela, my homegirl, screaming like a voice of reason to a very reasonable man. Janela baby, dick riding ain't a form of transportation. Okay, so here's the thing. This is how I break it all down. Enzo Amore is capitalizing on this. Smart. Very smart. Like I said, say what you will, you hate him, whatnot, that's fine. He's smart. He's doing a good thing here. He's getting his name out there. That's what people try to do, and he's doing a good job. So then you got Joey Janela, who was drunk and started everything, and he's the one, believe it or not, that got everything going. So at first I was thinking it was smart for Janela to not fight Enzo. I may have even said that earlier in this video. But as I'm talking more about this, I'm realizing it wasn't smart. Joey Janela does look like a punk here. I'm saying if you were a wrestler, obviously I am not a wrestler. This is easy for me to say, somebody that's, you know, sitting here recording videos about the wrestling world. I know how it looks and whatnot. But if you are a professional wrestler, a real wrestler, And there's a new tweet that just came out. What happened? This has happened. Joey Janela summer fights. Oh my god! What the hell? This just got tweeted 15 seconds ago as I'm recording this. So bottom line, if you are a real wrestler and you get punched in the face and there's cameras rolling, it kind of kills your credibility. It kind of does, and it does give credibility to Enzo, who was ready to fight after being like in back and forth went on Twitter. He was basically egged into this, and Enzo, believe it or not, is the one with the credibility here, and not Joey Janela. So who would win in a real fight? I think obviously people would love to see it now, which is the beauty of this stuff. If this was an angle, which I don't believe it was, if it was, fantastic job, but I don't think it was, this would really make people pay to watch. This is what wrestling like used to be. Stuff like this would happen, and people would really want to pay to watch people fight. That's the beauty of it. That's the ironic thing about this is it's real stuff, and they're not going to ever fight, probably not, but it makes people want to see it. Even though you hate Enzo, you probably want to pay to see Enzo get his ass beat, which is why he's such a great heel character. But if they did for real slug it out, say they were at that Blink-182 concert and they actually did it, who would actually win in the fight? If I had to put money on it, believe it or not, I would put money on Enzo. I don't hate Joey Janela. I don't dislike Joey Janela. I think Joey Janela is very entertaining. He's fun to watch, but judging by what I've seen, Enzo apparently punched him in the face, and he didn't do anything about it. He egged him on. He's the one that said, hey, let's fight, and he didn't do anything about it. Enzo was ready to go. And if you watch the video, everybody makes fun of how it looks like they have the worst like fighting stances, and it would be a terrible fight. Who cares if it was a terrible fight or not? It may be, but who would win in that terrible fight is what I'm asking. At the end of the day, I'd put my money on Enzo. And I'm really surprised Joey Janela, the whole character and the way he presents himself, it really boggles my mind why he didn't throw down. It unfortunately leads him to believe that he's more of a, this persona that he puts on is more of a character, and he's not as crazy and stuff as you want, which hurts the image on why he didn't throw down. He backed it, the video that it showed him backing up. Now, of course, Enzo posted it, so Enzo can start it and stop it wherever he wants to make it look better for him. Of course, that is a possibility. But the fact that they didn't actually scrap and throw down for real leads me to believe that Joey Janela, I'm not going to say he was scared. But he just, man, I don't know how else to word it besides he didn't, I don't know. He just didn't want any of Enzo, I guess. I don't know. Oh, man, I don't know. So I'm asking you guys, who would you put your money on? Would you put your money on Enzo, FKA Enzo Amore, or the bad boy Joey Janela, which, if you're going to have the bad boy in your name, you got to back it up. The most badass professional wrestler in the world. See, here's my problem. It's hard, as much as I do like Joey Janela, it's hard to now look at that and buy into, he's the most badass professional wrestler, but yet he backed away and didn't fight Enzo after egging Enzo on. You see where I'm coming from? Like I said, I don't dislike either guy. So, but I'm just looking at it, as a realist and looking at what I see, and it doesn't look good for Janela. So just post in the comments below. Let me know who you think. Is it going to be bad boy Janela winning the fight, or is it going to be Enzo? Again, this is all for fun. Who cares? I know some of you think it's stupid, but guys, who cares? It's fun to talk about. So that is your little piece of wrestling news that's happening out there. As you can tell, it's been pretty slow lately. Not a lot's been going on. But there it is. I have a feeling we haven't heard the end of this. They're both probably going to go back and forth on Twitter till the end of time, who knows? And knowing Enzo, he's probably going to try to do something at an AEW show. I would not be surprised if there's a Joey Janela match going on and Enzo somehow gets into the crowd and gets everybody doing something. Well, knowing the AEW crowd, those are the people that really don't like Enzo, like the fans. So I don't know if he would actually get the crowd to chant his, SAWFT stuff. But either way, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more between these two in the future. And it's probably not even going to be a fight like everybody wants to see. They're teasing us. These guys are out there teasing us. Now that's not cool. Even if it's not a wrestling angle and it's not a, work, they're doing a good job.